Oh, Jesus. Right there. Always so sneaky. Breaking in, just standing there while I admire my bookshelf and the outside world. Um, hey, how's it going? Welcome to What's the Greatest? We take a look at every video game ever made, play them, beat them, and then tell you what's the greatest video game of all time. In our last episode, we played some Blast Core for the Nintendo 64. We did not beat Blast Core for the Nintendo 64, but I did feel like playing it again right away. We'll get to it. We'll finish that game. I wanted to start something else. As of the time of this recording, obviously when this is watched 500 years in the future as a preservation for the perfect video, this won't apply, but a game called Ni No Kuni 2 just came out. It is for the PlayStation 4. It is a game that is a sequel to the game we're going to be playing today, Ni No Kuni 1. I had a box somewhere. Hold on. Look at that. Oh, back. Okay. Ni No Kuni 1, PlayStation 3. This was a big draw for me when it came out because it was partnered with Studio Ghibli, or Ghibli, however you want to say it, who makes some of, if not the greatest animation in the world. So this was an RPG set in Studio Ghibli world, which is fantastic. So I figured I eventually want to play the second one. But in order to do that, I should probably play the first one and put it on the board. This, oh boy, gear up, because I have only gotten an eighth of the way through this game the first time I played it. It's an RPG. It's going to be a lot of videos. It's going to be a long time. So this might be like a 15-part video series. Who knows? But we're going to get started here playing the first Ni No Kuni. Sorry, I feel like I'm hunched over this mic and really far away from the camera. But good thing you don't have to look at me the whole time. All right, switching. Here we go. Ni No Kuni 1. We are going to get started. A brand new game. Yeah, we're good enough to play on normal. That's the default, anyway. Try and beat games at default difficulties, unless really impossible. I imagine there'll be some cutscenes, so I'll let people enjoy some cutscenes. At least until we can turn subtitles on without me talking.
Get a move on, Ollie boy!
Slow down, Mr. Drippy.
But Ding Dong Dell's just down the way.
Huh?
Hmm? Oh.
Huh?
Oh, cheap reindeer.
What do we do?
Run for it! Ah!
That kid would be killed. He just fell down. He would be trampled.
Right. Let's get going, shall we?
Huh? Hey, wait for me! So this is your world.
That's right. A whole nother world. Beautiful, innit?
So, hey, this is the first time we played an RPG. It's probably my favorite genre, especially growing up. When you had a bunch of time on your hands, you could get lost in kind of a new world. I will, as I am very aware of, watching these videos, or certainly playing the games, don't want to spend a lot of time menuing, You don't want to see a lot of people sit there and grind and level up and stuff like that. So for RPGs, especially, you know, ones that are, yes, a little heavier on the leveling up kind of status, is that you will see 90, we'll say 95% of this game in terms of the videos. But if there is a point where we just need to level up, meaning we get to a point where bad guys are too difficult and we need to just increase the strength of our crew, then I will play that, record it, but then just speed up through that part in the video. So you will see that I'm not doing anything fishy, but at the same time, nobody needs to see a 2-hour video of me, let's say, walking back and forth to trigger a battle, beating it, and then going to ends and blah, 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 blah. So, you know, there'll be some concessions made. Let's see some of that sweet, sweet animation.
Sorry, mister. Good morning, Miss Layla.
Why, good morning, Oliver. Your groceries are over there, honey.
Thanks.
Oh, I almost forgot. Did Philip find you? He said he had something to show you, dear.
Really? So he finally finished it, huh? Do you know where he is right now?
He just stepped out with some deliveries for me. I doubt he'll have gotten far.
Thanks, Miss Layla.
Oh, say hi to your mother for me.
Sure thing, Miss Layla.
Hey, Ollie! Over here!
Alright, tutorial time.
Good thing you found.
So what Miss Layla said? Is it really what I think it is?
What else would it be, dum-dum?
I apologize if I
Wait,
click
you were
through
something else,
dialogue too
though.
quickly.
So what do we do now?
What else?
I'm going at
Take
my
it for a
reading
spin.
level.
Tonight.
Obviously, I can try and slow
Tonight?
down.
But I can't. I mean, I need to ask my mom. And
Sure.
But there's gonna be a
You
lot of
ask
dialogue
me.
in this game.
And then when do we do it, huh? Tomorrow?
Um,
Next year?
So,
well,
you know,
no, but
we'll see. Ongoing problems.
okay, we'll do it tonight. But we'll have to be real quiet.
Sure we will. Okay, tonight in my garage. Be there or be square.
Sure.
So, this is the child who will save the world.
Or so says the crystal ball, Your Radiance.
The Dark Jinn's power alone will not suffice.
I fear not.
What is the child's name?
Oliver, Your Radiance.
Oliver.
That milk have a... I'm guessing it's a screw cap, but, you know, that looked like it was just gonna spill out. So, yeah, we're talking RPGs here. Normally, everyone who's played a game like this, search every nook and corner, try and get every treasure, try and get every item, talk to every person. You know, standard fare, whether it's world building or whether it's trying to find what you're, you know, looking for a leg up. I do remember, obviously, the beginning of this game that I do not think there is much in the way of finding like, collectible kind of stuff. So we're definitely going to try and plow through until we get to, you know, the game proper.
Hey, Mom. I got the groceries.
Thanks, sweetie. Just pop them on the table, will you?
Say, Mom,
Did you say something, sweetie?
you're kind of busy tomorrow, huh?
Well, now that you mention it, I do have to practice for my concert in the morning.
Oh, yeah? So, you'll be in bed kind of early, huh?
Yes, I suppose I will.
Oh, you will, huh?
Will you stop?
It's not mysterious, that's being suspicious.
You'll be late for school.
If my kid was like, "Oh, you're gonna be in bed early, huh? You're gonna be gone from the house for a while tomorrow, huh?" That's not like, "Oh, kid's just
Thanks for
curious."
breakfast,
Like
Mom.
this, no, that's a kid that is planning something.
See you later, Mom.
Bye, sweetie. You be good now.
I will.
Laying it on pretty thick. All right, I get it. We'll be there tonight. If there's one thing I remember about this game, it is a slow burn. um, Gotta put vibration on. Yeah, burn out that battery. I just your main menu opens up slowly. The overwrite that save. Your main menu opens up slowly over time, or what you can do on a given basis opens up slowly. It's definitely I think it's built like an RPG. How old would we say this kid is? Obviously, like Studio Ghibli stuff, it's always like preteen kids. So you figure like this boy's, we'll say 10. 10 years old. I don't think I was ever sneaking out of the house late at night. Maybe I just didn't have an adventurous life.
Hey! In here! What are you looking at?
What a meanie.
What is it with that kid? What kept you, Slowpoke?
Sorry, my mom just wouldn't go to bed. So, is it finished?
Sure is. The last bearing's in, and she's primed for action. Wanna see?
Do I ever?
All right. Here goes nothing.
Okay.
Wow!
Oh, is this neat, Phil? This is so neat.
You betcha.
It's so neat.
The new Coupe Deluxe ain't got nothing on us, Ollie.
It's not even close.
So, you ready to hit the road, kiddo?
Yeah!
Who are olds. A weird way to refer to parents. Also, I'm gonna be honest. Why can't this wait till morning? Or the weekend? Why does this car need to be driven tonight?
Alright. The coast is clear. I better go tell Phil.
Don't go.
What? Huh?
It's bad. Please, Oliver. Don't go.
Huh? Who are you? How do you know my name?
Ollie! What's taking you so long?
I'm sorry, Phil. Someone saw me.
Oh, man. Who was it?
Oh, that girl over...
Girl
What are
disappeared.
you talking about?
Magic.
There's nobody there.
Huh. That's weird. She was right there. A girl.
A girl, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I bet it was that dumb, starey Mary. Oh no, couldn't be. She's not allowed out. You must be going screwy or something. Anyway, come on.
Oh, okay.
Oliver, the boy who will save the world. But unfortunately for him, his light is yet a mere candle in the blackness.
Indeed.
We have an evil queen,
Child
clearly.
prophecies speak of, but he is a child.
I'm getting a very
As humans can
Snow White,
disturbingly
vibe here.
Did the other's darkness not engulf the land entirely? Might this one not prove equally tenacious?
What would you have me do, Your Radiance?
Such saplings must not be suffered to grow.
Very well, Your Radiance.
He who would save this doomed world must die.
Mom! Help me! Sweetie? Where are you? Oliver?
Again, just wait to drive this car in the morning or on the weekend.
Oliver?
Guess what? Your parent doesn't wake up from a nightmare, see that you've run off, and is now very panicky.
You're kind of busy tomorrow, huh? Well, now that you mention it, I do have to practice for my concert in the morning.
Kids, never looking out for their
Oh,
parents.
yeah? So, you'll be in bed kind of early, huh? Oliver. Oliver.
Would you listen to her purr? Ready? Take it slow to start with, okay?
Yep, got it.
All right.
So let's say that Phil character, probably a little bit older than Oliver, let's say maybe by 1 or 2 years, built a freaking car? I wouldn't be able to build a bike, and he built a car.
Ollie!
Philip doing? Just sitting on the dock?
Oliver? Oliver, wake up!
Also, the kid was above water for most of it. He didn't go under. It'd be easy save.
Oh, sweetie, I'm so glad you're okay.
I'm sorry, Mom.
I'm sorry. I swear, if I'd known, I never would have.
Don't be silly, Phil. What about your car?
That hunk of junk, I can make another one in no time.
Well, I think you two have had quite enough excitement for one day.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah,
Are you okay, Phil?
I still twisted my ankle back there.
Whatever will you children get up to next?
Allie!
Allie,
Allie?
are you okay?
Mom? What's wrong?
Oh my.
Mom?
She always did have a weak heart.
Mom?
Oh, dear.
I'll fetch the doctor.
Mom dies of a heart attack.
Oliver, sweetie. Oh, sweetie.
Mom?
You'll be okay. I know you will. Be good now. For me.
Mom? Mom? Mom! No. No! Don't leave me. You can't. Mom! Mommy!
Kid really didn't look like he had a father figure, right? Now, because he snuck out of his house.
Sacrificing herself to save her child.
And yet, thanks to her, the boy lives.
Of course. But shorn of his mother's love, to whom can he now turn for guidance? And soon he will come to our world, where our powers are strongest.
Very good, Your Radiance.
Let us see how this story
So,
unfolds.
if we are
I'm sure the ending will be engaging.
to believe that that owl is the one that basically used his magic powers to cause the car to crash, they could have done other things where they just like, I don't know,
Oliver, honey.
cause a roof to collapse here.
Hi. I'll just leave it here for you, okay, dearie? Now, you'll just have to wait until dinner, Timmy told him. Oh, it's so sad. He's been in there 3 whole days now.
3 days is not that long of a time to grieve.
Oliver, Mummy starts her new job today. She's asked someone very special
especially
to
at
take
that
care of
age.
you. Mummy spent a long time making him. I'm sure he'll look after you very well. Be good while Mummy's away, okay?
Mommy!
Is something wrong, sweetie?
Just come back soon, okay?
Of course, sweetie. We'll always be together, Oliver. Always. Always.
Mommy, come back. Please.
Whoa, what's all this, Anna? Curse lifted, is it? Tiny! I'm free! Free!
Huh? What just happened?
You just witnessed the rebirth of Drippy, Lord of the Fairies.
Who?
What, are you deaf or something? Drippy, Lord High Lord of the Fairies, I said, didn't I?
Drippy.
That's right, and I'm sick to the teeth of you a snivelling and moaning. A proper crybaby bunting you are. 3 days, man. I mean, I've been sad before, but crying for 3 whole days? I'm surprised there's a drop of water left in you. You're a big boy, man. 3 days is, well, it's unheard of.
What?
It is insane to me they're giving him such a hard time about 3 days of grieving for his mother. His only parental figure that we know of
Uh-huh.
at the ripe old age of, say 10.
Take you far, it will. On with the show!
Okay.
See, it's like this, see? What it is there's more worlds out there than this one by here. There's what you might call parallel worlds, see? They're like worlds along by the side of your one. And one of those worlds is my world. That's right, a whole nother world.
Another world?
There's quick you are. And I, that is the Lord High Lord of the Fairies, the reason I'm by here in this world of yours, well, it's because there's a proper bad apple trying to upset the peace of both our worlds, see? Shadar, the Dark Djinn, his name is, and what he did was, he took over people's hearts and spread
Here's where we
war
get
and
all
ruin
the story
over
real
our
quick.
world. Tried to stand up to him, I did, and he turned me into a flipping doll and kicked me out of our world and into yours, the rotter.
Uh-huh.
And then you went and cried all over me, and poof, the curse was lifted, just like that. Which makes me think you must be the one we fairies call the pure-hearted one. The one the legends say will save our world. Just goes to show you can't judge a book by its cover, eh? So, anyway, that means I better get you over to our world and have you get rid of Shadar for us. All right with you?
Me? But how can I...
Don't fret, man. It's a big responsibility, I know, but you'll be all right, especially with me to help you.
But I...
Oh, want me to ask properly, do you? Fair dues.
What?
Oh, pure-hearted one, will you please come and save our world?
No.
Sorry, I must have misheard you. What did you say? Go on once more, but louder.
I won't do it. I mean... I can't do it.
This is why they say never work with children. I ask nicely, and you give me a hearty, yes, sir. That's how this works, see? Gee whiz, that would be swell, you say. It's just how these things are done. It's tradition. How am I supposed to work with this? It's like he's never read a story in his life.
But I don't know anything about your world. And... I just can't right now.
What, because your mum dropped dead?
Yeah.
You got a photo of her? Hurry up, will you? I haven't got all day.
Okay.
Let's see now. Blimey. It can't be. But then it can't be a coincidence, neither.
What is it?
The great sage Alicia. Then we might just be able to save your mum.
Huh? What are you talking about?
You ready for another earful?
Yeah.
The souls of people in your world and my world are connected, which means people from over by here have another version of themselves over by there, called a soulmate, see? And people with soulmates can even look like each other. Now, your mum, well, she shared a soul with the great sage Alicia. A proper talent she was.
Huh? So my mom was a sage? But how does that help us save her?
Well, Alicia tried to take on the Dark Djinn, but his power was too much for her, and he trapped her in this dark jewel called the Soul Snare. When that happened, then the link between hers and your mum's souls would have been cut off. But if you could free Alicia, it just might fix the link, and who knows, it might even bring your mum back.
Is that really true?
I can't be sure now, but it's possible, yeah.
He is just making stuff up
Wait.
in order to get Oliver to go
How do you know
on
all
this
this,
journey.
Mr. Drippy? You've been a doll this whole time.
Ah, now there's clever of you. Good question, lad. It's like this, see? I'm not the only fairy. Even though I was stuck by here, my buddies were keeping me abreast of all the goings-on over there. How? I suppose it's what you might call telepathy. And that's not all. I was sending my lordly orders back over there too, having them spy on Shadar and that, you know, tidy, huh? What is it?
I'll do it. I'll come to your world. I'll come with you and save my mom.
Oh, that's marvellous! You might be doing it for all the wrong reasons, but if it saves our world, I won't look a gift horse in the mouth. Tidy, we better get going then. Chop chop.
Okay. But how do we get to your world?
Oh, curious, are we? All right, I'll tell you. First thing we need is a drop of magic. Go and have a dig around in the fireplace. There's something hidden there so nosy Parkers won't find it.
But why would anybody hide something in there?
That's for me to know and you to find out. Look lively.
All right. Feel like I haven't played this game. Fire blaze. Probably in this. Yeah. I think we're still essentially stuck in
A mighty
the
spell book.
longest
Huh?
tutorial.
A book? But it would burn in there.
Not this book. The wizard's companion laughs in the face of fire. Wouldn't be much of a spell book if it didn't, now would it?
Really?
Aha, gotcha.
There was a special edition with this game that came with an actual Wizard's Companion,
spell
you know,
book?
book that you
That
could
there
flip
is the
through.
wizard's companion, the
Um,
fount of all wizarding knowledge.
It looked
Wizard's companion.
pretty sweet. Don't buy a lot of collector's editions, but I would have bought this one. And then trying to find one on eBay is people are like, "Hey, you just want the book? $5,000." I'm like, okay, not an idiot. All right. Yeah, we'll write Oliver. We'll role play.
Tidy. Right, magic in our way over to my world, is it? Now let's see.
What is it?
You got a wand somewhere by here? We can't go casting spells without a wand now, can we?
A wand? Why would we have a wand?
Oh, that's a pain. Ah, well, can't be helped. We'll just have to look for one outside.
Huh? We won't find one out there either.
Don't nitpick, crybaby Bunting.
Bunting? My name is Oliver. Oliver.
Ah, so the crybaby bit was right, at least was it?
Ugh.
Says right here, fairies are liars. His story of being able to save our mother is probably a lie. Just to get you to save his world. Very selfish. It's like, follow me. You follow him, and he walks to somewhere where you're just like, no, this wouldn't work, you dummy. This is only the second. I mean, we have the book and we have a bag. All the stuff we still can't use, just in the menu. What I think is crazy about this book is it like acts like an actual book. I have to turn the pages. I have to read it. You know, like, oh, okay, can't read that. Very nice picture. Like, this is something that definitely I would want on my shelf to reference. As opposed, and like be able to read and be like, what's a wizard? Tools of wizardry, like, as opposed to sit through and read this whole thing in game. Because, quite frankly, I am sure there is some very fun and interesting little notes or tidbits, things to kind of discover in the book. But if I want to read, I'm going to read a book. If I want to play a game, I want to play a game. I don't really want to combine the two. All that stuff, you know. This would be very fun to have on your shelf. Look at all these swords, you know. Anyway. Motorville. Tell me which way is the nice stick directing me. Lady's broom. Like, if it really didn't matter, there's trees, there's bushes, there's shrubs. Just walk up to one and snap branch. If there's a ghost, we'll have a brown branch.
You're the little girl I met before, huh?
Mm-hmm. We met before.
So, how do you know who I am?
I'm really, really sorry, Oliver.
Huh?
Your mummy. I'm sorry. I couldn't save her.
Huh? I don't... Why would you be sorry for that?
I wanted to save her. I really did.
Huh? Hey, wait! Where are you... going? Hey! Where did you go?
Ollie boy, why are you talking to thin air?
Mr. Drippy, she disappeared again.
Huh? Who did?
That strange girl. That's the second time she tried to talk to me.
What's that? A girl? Where? You're right about strange. I can't see her any flipping where.
Well, how could you? She disappeared into thin air.
Well, anyway, there's something I want to ask you.
There is? Sure, go ahead.
Do you mind it? You know, having a sidekick like?
Huh? A sidekick? Who do you mean?
Wish you could say no.
Who do you mean, he says? Why not stab me in the heart?
Like, no, I don't want a sidekick. I act alone.
I wanted to know if it was alright me joining you on your adventures. Or if you were maybe wanting to trade me in for a younger, prettier model. But it looks like I got my answer, huh? Well, so you know, if you don't have faith in people, you'll never see their true worth. And what's more...
Look at this.
Huh?
It was on the ground, right where that girl was standing.
Chuck it here, then. Top. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. It's a wand!
You mean it? A real wand?
Come over by here and take a look, man. It might seem like any old stick, but it's got all magic writing on it, see?
It does, huh? Wow. Is that how people write in your world?
The runes are all faded, so it might have lost a bit of power. But for our current purposes, it's a beauty.
Neato. What a stroke of luck.
Luckier than you know, Ollie boy. Phew, I never thought we'd actually find one.
Do you think maybe that girl brought it here for me?
Old stick.
Right, now
Perfect.
to cast. You need space to give it oomph, see?
Do we really need that much oomph?
Yeah, what kind of question is that? Magic is special, innit? It's sacred, right? You have to cast spells in the best environment possible. You really are new to this, aren't you? This is beginner stuff we're talking about here.
Oh, sorry.
Now, take me somewhere with plenty of space. There's got to be somewhere around by here.
The town square, I guess.
This corner is probably plenty of space. It'd make more sense of like, take me somewhere where no one can see what we're about to do. So, presumably this is a small town. Presumably the whole small town
Do you really
realizes...
think we should be doing this here?
No worries, man. Normal people can't see magic.
I guess maybe not. That made it look like it was a little bit bigger than I thought it would be. I'll finish my thought in a second. Cast this magic spell.
That's it, man. You got it. Whoa. Whoa.
I think I like the idea of magic symbols more than magic words. Harry Potter is, you know, make a wrist movement and you say Leviosa. But this is just like, no, hey, the magic symbol, done.
What is it? Stop that now. Heel boy, heel!
Told you, they didn't notice a thing. Yeah. Let's get a shunt in, crybaby bunting.
For the last time, it's Oliver!
Hey, it's not bad work for a crybaby, this.
Oh.
And we're off to another world!
Hey, wait for me!
So, what I was saying,
Let's get going, shall we?
this whole town presumably knows that Oliver lost his...
Hey, wait for me!
and that he's sad and depressed and alone. But no one's questioning the boy without a parent is just
home at
out in the
last.
town
There's a tidy
at
way to
night,
go yet.
Hey, Mr. Jimmy, that was pretty neat just now.
presumably talking to
Oh,
imaginary
I've heard of
friends.
that.
That part,
First encounter with the
less
majestic
concerning.
wildlife of our
Kid goes
mysterious
through a
world,
trauma,
eh?
you're gonna have some imaginary friends.
Huh? Jeepers.
Oh, Nickers! Where did he spring from?
But the wandering around at nighttime by yourself
What do we do?
in presumably a town of any size should raise some sort of suspicion.
Away!
No, use that stick you got by there. Give him a whacking and send him packing.
Ah!
Look lively, he's making his move.
Looks like a cute little dog sheep thing. We're saying that's fur around him?
Let's go!
Alright. Battle. beating a dog with a stick. Makes me so sad for that dog.
Well, hey, proper tidy. Nice one, Ollie boy.
Jeepers creepers.
Maybe it turns out that your boy
Yeah, I forgot to
is the
mention,
evil
our
one.
world is absolutely riddled with beasties. But keep that up, and you'll have nothing to worry about. Right, let's get a move on, shall we?
Sure, Mr. Drippy. But where are we going?
Well, first off, we need to get you a wand.
But I already have a wand.
You're having a laugh, aren't you? That thing's about as magical as a flipping cabbage. You might just squeeze a gateway spell out of it, but you can forget about anything more than that. Honestly, I wish you'd think before you open your mouth.
Oh, sorry.
Now, I told you Ding Dong Dell was just over by yonder, didn't I? Well, if we're very lucky, we might find a wand with a bit more oomph down by there.
So, are wands really so hard to find here?
Well, time was you couldn't move for the flipping things. But since Shadar showed up, magic's taken a real nosedive. He banned people from using it, see? Cursed anyone who tried to. He scared them all so much they gave it up.
So, he's pretty scary, huh?
Well, he turned me into a flipping doll, didn't he? Just saying his name's enough to make most folks brick it. Still, I'd rather be a doll than have him go poking round in my heart. No one wants to be broken-hearted.
Broken-hearted? Like, sad?
Worse than that, much worse. It's when he steals a piece of a person's heart. Poor beggars don't know whether they're alive or dead. That's no way to live, man.
So that's why they're all so scared of him, huh? We can't let him go on doing this.
Well, it's not a matter of letting him, is it? It's not like people flipping enjoy it. That's why I brought you here, innit? You might just be able to stop him, see?
You really think I can?
Course you can! You are the pure-hearted one! And the legends say that the pure-hearted one will drive away the darkness. We'll teach you a few tasty spells and you'll be ready to face him in no time. Sound good to you?
Okay, I'll do it. I'll learn magic.
Course you will, and that's why we need to find you a better wand.
All right. Let's head for Ding Dong Dell.
Tidy.
Hey, we are about an hour in. We are just now playing the game. This here. Sneak up on them. Don't get snuck up on. Perfect. And spread. We finally have an introduction to our world map. We experienced a battle. We have a mission. All that kind of good stuff. But like this game is paced very slow at the start. Obviously, game looks great. Animation, especially because it's done by a really great company. Music's good. But it's like, alright, get started here. We're still in tutorial mode. Like, this is where you learn about. Just explained a bunch of stuff about brokenheartedness. Now you learn
Brokenheartedness?
how to fix that.
You mean that thing you were talking about?
Major element, at least to the part I played to. It might not become an important part later on, but
So his heart was broken by...
Keep up, will you? Shadar, innit? If anyone tries to stand up to him or does anything he doesn't like, he breaks their hearts into pieces so they can't put up a fight.
Jeepers. But if he stays that way, we can't get into Ding Dong Dell.
Alright, so first real mission.
Perhaps I'll have a nap.
Alright. Talk to everybody. Nobody had anything to say. That guy's no help. Let's go find this old man. Let's learn this spell. Let's finish the tutorial. Alright. Don't think you can outrun them. Minor bird.
Let's go.
Battles are weird because it's like this combination of real time and turn-based. And so, yes, you have to select what your character's gonna do. So I have to pick attack and then watch the animation essentially go through. Oh, the dog just took off. That's fine. Fine, yeah. So it's like there's a little timer when you hit attack, and that's basically like, okay, you can use it again when this timer is done. But like, you can run around in real time. Like, I can just kind of run around to avoid attacks. Go, just hit me. There we go. And Mr. Drippy, our buddy, will drop items sometimes to heal or refill magic. So, a viable strategy, at least that I remember early on, is, hey, level up. Is if you're fighting a relatively easy creature, you could just kind of rope him around, wait for Mr. Drippy to drop some health or magic, depending on what you need refilled. And yes, that battle's going to take you a month and a day, but saves you from using an item or having to cast a spell, and especially going into like a head boss or a tough area. You know, having full health is good stuff. Right, stop fighting the onions. They're worth 1 experience point. Not worth it. Oh, he caught up to me. Oliver runs real slow.
Come on.
By essentially being surprised, I couldn't act until that timer was gone. Obviously later on becomes a bigger factor when you're dealing with more enemies and tougher enemies and all that good stuff. The world map is huge. Look at these trees. It is nice
We can do this.
seeing a game, or at least an RPG, where, you know, well, fun. Look at that block. Where you can see the enemies that are approaching, and if you're fast enough, quick enough, whatever the case may be able to avoid fights when you want to avoid fights. Nothing is more frustrating than, you know, old school RPGs where everything was on random. So you take 10 steps, you're going to get into a fight, even if all you want to do is, you know, go home. Find items out in the open. Any of those glowing sparkles you see on top of that rock. So you're figuring out how to get up there, fighting battles to get there, all different story. Deep Dark Woods. Check it out. The first, I guess, quote-unquote dungeon of the game. Don't know what the little, call it a manhole cover does, but we save. Difference between obviously dungeon and overworld is a small contained area. Okay. Game doesn't want me going off the beaten path yet.
Mr. Drippy! Wait for me!
Dumb kid.
Who goes there?
Jeepers.
Howdy, boy! Meet old Father Oak. How do
Goofy looking tree.
Oh, Drippy, it's you. And to what do I owe the pleasure?
Well, I got a visitor by here from another world, see? And what it is, I was wondering if you might lend us a bit of a hand, like.
Oh, I should have known. You only ever come to see me when you are in need.
Sorry, you tall ship. You know I'm always very grateful.
This boy.
Ah, spotted it. Did you bark ship?
Well, well. The pure-hearted one. He who will drive out the darkness. And Drippy, you mean to...
That's right, your ancient ship. We're off to give Shadar a right royal hiding.
You? Why? As reckless as ever, I see. Very well. You shall have my aid. But first, we had better give the boy a familiar, had we not?
Oh, yeah. Clean forgot I did. He's right, Dolly boy. It might be a bit early, but I suppose we better teach you how to conjure up familiars, innit?
Familiars?
Yeah, familiars. You're in our
So,
world, you can magic up little
this game was always described to me as you know, a cross between Final Fantasy and Pokemon. It's an RPG with a lot of
Can I really do
cute
it?
characters that you can control and have fight for you in battle.
Sure I do.
And you eventually, you know, learn to capture them. To kind of give you an idea of how far or not far I got in the game, I never got to the point where you could capture them on your own. So I imagine that is early on and something I just never made it to. so, again, still in the longest tutorial ever created, you are going to learn to fight with a familiar. But you certainly cannot start capturing them yet.
What's this?
That's tidy work, Ollie boy. Look at that. A warrior from your very own heart. A familiar.
This is a familiar?
That's
Guy
right.
just floating in the
fighting
bubble
spirit
just
inside
looks
you made flesh, a
really
soldier
lost.
of your soul.
And he can really
Whoa,
help me
whoa, whoa. I think the no-nose is what's bugging me on him.
Huh?
Yeah.
That was a mean trick.
And the stronger you get, the harder he's gonna hit as well.
Wow.
Oh.
Alright, got our first guy. Mighty, Matey, Vito, Smitey. Mighty. Gonna smite my enemies. Feels weird that a tree made of wood could give you the spell of fire to a kid who hasn't proven himself, because, you know, could burn down the whole forest, but... Got a new menu. No.
Uh-oh.
Huh?
The
Spoil it for
cutest
fight
of
then.
animals.
Better give him what he wants, Ollie boy.
Huh?
Going to
What
fight
do I
us.
do?
Just think what you want him to do and he'll
I'd
do
probably
it.
die in
It's
this
as
world,
easy as
because I'd be
falling
like,
off
I'm
a
not
log.
gonna...
Okay.
I'm not gonna
Just
bash
think
that
what I want him to do.
clearly baby
goes.
lizard to death. A teeny bopper.
We can do this. Here goes.
Sun, moon, star, and planet. And so, fighting with familiar is like fighting with Oliver, except it's basically a different move set, or potentially a character that's got more health, or not more health, but different strengths and weaknesses. So again, Pokemon is very apt thing because you know, presumably the star signs, your moon, sun, stars, all that kind of good stuff is going to be your weaknesses. You know, elemental stuff, all good. Okay. Finish them off. There we go. There's a level up for Oliver. There's a level up for your whoever fought in the fight. Keep piling on the menus. Drippy is not willing to ever help out anyone. It's like, hey, save the world already. Oh, you need a hand? Well, ignore it. Deepest part of the wood. Is that just... It's slow going, and then all of a sudden, boom, we got a bunch of stuff. So we got our friends, familiars, we can equip them. We get weapons for them. We can also kind of check out their stats or abilities, so they can learn new abilities at certain levels. So here you get level 5, level 10, level 14, 20, 50, and then, but you can only kind of have them have so many abilities, so you can't equip everything. And then they have a miracle move, basically like you're on your deathbed, and you can sometimes use that. So then you can see good old Oliver and all of his great things.
Hey, Ni No Kuni?
Sure am.
Have you met Drippy yet?
Yeah, Drippy is, you can meet right away.
Have you told the audience that I think Drippy is super shady? I don't know what it is about him, but
yeah, well,
that dude is sketchy.
He Drippy admits to lying, that fairies lie, and he never wants to help anyone else out.
Yeah, no, that guy, I've got my eye on him.
Yeah, I'm at the tree, you go to the tree gives you a bunch of magic spells, teaches you how to get your first Pokemon, and then the tree's like, hey, can you help me, though? And Drippy's like, no, we're in a hurry. We need to do what I want to do.
Yeah, what a dick. Just saying, I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice you hear of my lovely wife, Tiffany McDougal.
Tiff Duke for short.
Tiff Doog for short. And I realized I didn't introduce myself, but obviously you know my last name is obviously Tiffany, and I am Diamond.
Hey, Diamond?
Yeah. No, my last name is Tiffany. I'm Diamond Tiffany.
Oh, I thought it was like a Tiffany step.
We did this weird thing when we got married where she used my last name as her first name. Originally, your maiden name was, what was your first name?
Gronkowski.
Gronkowski McDougal. And then now, because she married me and I'm Diamond Tiffany, she went with Tiffany McDougal. It's a weird system, but we feel like we like being unique. Anyway, the other menu that we unlocked here is this creature cage where I guess we put our Pokemon on this fun little play stage with cardboard cutouts to make them feel... It's like when you catch a bug in a container when you're a kid and you're like, well, I want the bug to feel like it's in its own environment, so I'm going to throw in a couple blades of grass and a twig. Apparently that's what we did here.
You'll never know the difference.
We're just like, oh, I conjured this out of my heart. So, he probably likes the wood, so I'll put a cardboard cutout of a tree stump. But you can feed your characters, I don't have any food to give them, to make them like you more. Not something I really explored much. The, first pass I did on this game, I imagine I will have to do it more so now. Right, I think we are over an hour in, and we are finally essentially let loose with the tutorial. We still have some menu items locked, but we can now roam in any direction we want to. We now have our first familiar to fight for us. We can cast magic. The game is finally allowing us to play it. That is a very slow burn to get started. Oh, white bread.
Where's the whole wheat?
Yeah, where's the pumpernickel? I believe we can all agree is the best bread.
What even is pumpernickel? I don't know.
It's
brown.
It's made with nickels.
Okay.
Like loose nickels. And it's pumped up with a bike pump to give it its lift.
That sounds good.
It's very healthy. Oliver said it. There is way too much to remember when you're getting started. It's a weird combination of them holding your hand too much in the beginning, and then, unloading everything at once. And then saying, hey, now you have all of this crap that you're not used to using. They can't think of a better way to do it unless you just give us all the crap in the beginning and then we slowly pick through it, but fix one way, half dozen the other. I'm actually going to call it before we get into the Whispering Waterfalls. That's where we'll start second video. But let me take it back to camera time. Hey, welcome back. So this is the start of Ni No Kuni 1. Like I said, it is a very, 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 very slow start. We played for maybe just about an hour, a little over, and we have done nothing. we have watched the fun, feel good intro of the year, where your kid's parent and only parent dies. We watched a rude fairy bully our child into leaving his world and stop grieving. just so he can presumably save the fairies world. Then we read a bunch of text about how this game starts.
Fair. It had been like, what, a couple hours and the kid was still sad?
It was 3 days.
Oh.
The kid grieved for 3 days at the loss of his mother, which, let's be honest, he should feel partially responsible for because it was his endangerment that he did on his own that caused his mom to come save him, probably got her heart all worked up, bing, bang, boom.
I was just saying, like, he was really dragging his feet on finally finishing his healing journey.
Yeah, I agree. So next time we'll continue. Like I said, this is going to be we'll just say it's a 200-part journey. Hope to finish it in less than 200 parts, but that's a good number to go with. So obviously we're not adding this to the board. We will not do 200 videos in a row of Ni No Kuni. We will finish Blast Core. We will start other games that don't take 200 parts. There's a lot to do here, but thanks for starting this game up. I've been wanting to play, once I heard Ni No Kuni 2 came out, wanted to play this one because I really do enjoy it, at least the parts that I've played, but I just never pushed onward, and so now, I can force myself to do so. So I'm going to sign off here. This is Diamond Tiffany signing off for What's the Greatest, where we look at every game ever. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.